Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video from Brett Cooper, and it's titled "The Whole World is Laughing at This." And this is a video of an Australian woman who was doing some kind of break dancing in the Olympics. And the question here is, if this woman is so bad at dancing, how did she get into the Olympics? This is a question on everyone's mouth and we need an answer. But before we get into this video, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what Brett Cooper has for us in this video.
I don't even know how to intro this episode, but we just have to talk about Olympic breakdancing, specifically the Australian breakdancer in the Olympics. It is just too good. The story is wild. I mean, I would have killed to have a show over the weekend to cover this because the memes and the lore behind all of this has just been like internet sublime. See, what we thought was just an embarrassing breakdancing performance for Australia is actually the perfect example of how woke white women and their PhDs ruin everything. And one might even say that Rachel Gunn, aka Ray Gunn, was an Olympics DEI hire. Before we dive into this though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the comment section channel if you've not already, and of course, ring that notification bell so that you never miss one of our uploads. Now you guys just heard me say Ray Gunn. I'm not talking about my lovely producer, obviously. I'm talking about Rachel Gunn, the Australian breakdancer who goes by her breaker name, Ray Gunn. On Thursday, I think it was, Twitter and TikTok just became flooded with videos from the Olympics' first ever breakdancing event. But I don't think any of us actually saw any good breakdancing come out of that event because everyone was distracted by Ray Gunn, the representative from Australia. This was probably the most viral clip. Just watch. I don't even know what you call that move. I don't know if anybody can call that move anything. Maybe like the pancake scramble hit, something like that. I don't even know, that was terrible. Anyway, what I'm trying to get to is that the memes have been incredible. Somebody reposted it and said, when you tell your toddler no in the toy aisle. Somebody else said, how I be when the fitted sheet pop up while I'm laying down. Another person said, dogs when they say lovely pile of fox shit. Or more like Rocky when she gets the zoomies after.
You guys, what are your thoughts on this video? I have never seen any dance like that. And I don't know if that can be classified as breakdancing, but let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and let's continue watching, you guys.
Somebody else said, got a couple weddings coming up and definitely testing this move out on the floor after 3 beers. And then another person said, trying to get every inch of blanket wrapped around me for maximum comfort and cocooning. I call it becoming a taquito. That's how I prefer to sleep, just wrapped up tight. That is probably the move that I would use. All of those tweets were based on just those 5 seconds of her performance. And arguably, like I said, that became the most viral clip, but I can't leave you with just that because in my professional opinion, that isn't even the funniest part of her entire performance. Let's take a look at the rest of her dance battle, because this is what it was. It was not just a singular performance. Everybody came on stage and the Olympians dance battled it out. But guys, just because it's funny, I am not going to show you the completely original version. Number one, because the Olympics would copyright strike me so hard. But number two, a couple people have edited this to zoom in on people in the crowd, and they've just put music behind it that makes it even funnier than the music that the Olympic DJs were playing. So this is what I want you to see. So that's what we saw. This was her intro. What was that? What pretzel move was that? She's literally contorting herself into situations like this. I wore the wrong shirt for this today, guys. Oh my God. I want to be in workout attire so I could try to recreate this for you. All she's doing is twisting herself and then like bouncing around to different parts of the, what do you call the stage? Octagon? Circle? That was actually kind of cool. That might have been the only cool move she did. She looks like a Swiffer. What is she doing? I did like... That's my favorite. So then my favorite thing is that the next person comes up and she's standing over there in the corner like, like doing all of this stuff, like hyping herself up, egging on the competition. Girl, you did nothing in that 60-second performance that warrants you walking around yawning in your competition. Hype down. I don't know who told you that you were so talented or told you that this was a good idea, but it was not a good idea. Actually, it was, because it gave us such amazing content and made us laugh, but for the country of Australia and for the Olympics, I wouldn't say that's a good idea. She's competing against people who are doing crazy backflips and spinning on their heads and jumping in the air and landing in weird positions, and she's hopping around like an effing kangaroo pretending to play a speed round of Twister. Unsurprisingly, yet maybe actually surprisingly because it's the DEI Olympics, Reagan did not win the gold medal. In fact, Reagan did not receive a single point. And I don't just mean she didn't get bronze, she didn't get silver, she literally did not get 1 point. She was disqualified in the first round with 0. Not a point, because she was so bad and people did not know what to make of the kangaroo hopping. Like, genuinely, that is so terrible, both the performance and the situation for her, but it also is just utterly hysterical. And the faces behind her in the crowd just made it even better. Chef's kiss, because that is all how we felt watching it at home as well. Now, for a couple of days, this is all it was. You know, it was funny, it became a meme, people were tweeting about it, people were posting videos of themselves laughing at it while watching it, but nobody really thought much about it in any deeper way. Like, I think we all maybe brushed it off as, you know, maybe she tried her best, but Australia probably wasn't known for breakdancing, so whatever. But then, the story got so much better, because the internet found out that Reagan has a PhD in breakdancing. Technically, she has a PhD in cultural movement, specifically focusing on breakdancing, and the comments have been ruthless, but they're so accurate. This should be a poster for university education in 2024. Another person said, the fact that there is a doctoral level program in cultural movement tells you everything you need to know about modern society. I mean, like, this is the lesbian dance theory meme in real life. It isn't real. It isn't real. It isn't real. This is actually happening. Sometimes I say that in episodes, and I'll see people comment and go like, bro, people aren't actually doing that. Yes, they are. They're doing it in America. They're also doing it in Australia. This woman not only has a PhD, but she is now a full-fledged professor who is lecturing at universities that your children are attending about breakdancing and cultural movement. It is not a joke. Somebody else said this represents PhDs across all industries, academic pretenders. Very true, which is just so unfortunate, because PhDs used to truly mean something. You know, they were the cream of the crop. Motivated, deep thinkers, groundbreaking, glass ceiling shattering scientists and engineers. And now, PhD programs are basically a way for students to go deeper into debt so that they can feel better about themselves and their education, and a way for universities to rip off these students for their own financial gain. It is an endless, terrible cycle that helps nobody except the university's pockets. And you may ask, what's the result? Well, Rachel Gunn, Ray Gunn, is the result of all of this, thinking that her PhD qualifies her for the Olympics. Somebody tweeted and said, I remember when PhD meant something, i.e. a greater understanding of how proteins react in cancer cells to lead to better medical treatments. I'm going to call this one Phony D. Just perfect. Now, one woman on X broke all of this down and gave some additional context, and I just loved her take. So she said, I looked into this. I thought maybe I should feel sorry for the woman. Athletes can choke. Maybe it was cruel for people to be making fun of her. Alternatively, I thought that it may be possible that she was led up the garden path, told that she was a good breakdancer when she wasn't, and I can't imagine anything more humiliating than realizing that you are in fact not a talented athlete on the world stage. Turns out, Rachel Gunn here has a PhD in cultural studies with a specialty in the gender politics of movement and breakdance. She has written about how including breakdance in the Olympics changes it from a practice within an alternative subculture to a hegemonic one that incorporates the dance into what she sees as Australia's settler colonist project. I am 100% certain that what she's doing here, in wearing the Australian kilt even, is trying to make some subversive point that she can later write journal articles about.
But wait!
Wow, you guys, this is so funny, and the internet has truly gone insane over this breakdancing from Reagan, because I don't know what she is lecturing people at the university. This woman has single-handedly destroyed breakdancing for Australians, future competitors, because I don't know who is going to take them seriously after this. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and let's continue watching, you guys.
This whole episode is demonstrative of the supreme selfishness of woke identity politics studies. Her little stint diminishes Australia on the world stage. Hundreds of Australian athletes who will have dedicated their entire lives to athletic excellence will be forgotten because Rachel wanted to bulk up her ResearchGate profile. Rather than their medals and efforts, this is what Australia will be remembered for. Not to mention the disastrous effect this will have on breakdancing as a sport. Its position in the Olympics is not secure, and it surely will not be taken seriously after this. Good job, Rachel. You really showed those chauvinist nationalists. Hundreds of women and girls will not get their Olympic opportunity now. And then this is so good. Rachel represents so much of what is totally lecherous about cultural studies academics. Pick a subject area that will be understudied in your context so you can rise through the ranks quickly. How many breakdancing academics will there be in Australia? And wreak absolute havoc in lives of the people that you want to study. There is no limit to the sheer disrespect they will dole out purely for self-advancement. I mean, like, mic drop. This woman has a bone to pick with cultural gender identity politics studies, and I am here for it. Now, the one thing I want to go back and touch on is when she said that Rachel had written about including breakdancing in the Olympics, and that is 100% true. So Rachel is one of the reasons why breakdancing was even put in the Olympics in the first place. She advocated for it, she got Australia to be involved, she started the whole thing, and then somehow managed to get them to send her. This is literally like a personal pet project of hers. And this author was also not wrong in saying that breakdancing Olympic future was not secure, and guess what? They have already decided that it will not have a place in LA 28.
Oh no, what happened?
And most people, understandably, are pointing the finger at Rhaegar. Now, obviously, people want to know how she even got to the Olympics. Like, did she buy her way in? Was there nobody else to send? Well, to be fair to her, I guess, Australia did hold breakdancing Olympic trials, and she won somehow.
Breaking news!
Guys, I literally just stopped filming, but I have an update. I figured out why she won. So the Olympics, because they don't know anything about breakdancing, they offloaded the qualification management to a different dance organization. But that dance organization oversees ballroom dancing. They also don't know anything about breakdancing, so they outsourced it to local entities in different countries to host the qualifying competitions, etc. The organization that it was outsourced to in Australia is run by Rachel Gunn and her husband, who is her breakdancing coach. So in these competitions, only like 10 to 15 women show up. Obviously, Rachel wins all of them because she and her husband organized the entire damn thing. That is how she got to the Olympics. Now, I did some research because I wanted to find that performance, thinking, again, maybe the pressure got to her. Maybe we shouldn't be attacking her. Maybe she just had an off day. But no, that's literally how she dances. Doing some knee touches. Oh, she's wiggling. Yep, there we go. It's the same. She just did a jazz square. A jazz square. That's not breakdancing. This literally looks more like a rodeo clown's performance than it does breakdancing. And somehow she won. She won the entire thing. Is this rigged? I genuinely do not know what is going on. Somebody commented and said, does breaking mean something different in Australia than breakdancing means in the US? That could be a very important point, that we just have our wires here, that she's doing something that we don't know about. But if that's the case, that should be explained and acknowledged in the Olympics. Somebody else commented and said, I want to see her and JoJo Siwa in a dance-off. That's literally a nightmare blunt rotation. Somebody else said, does anybody remember Elaine dancing from Seinfeld? And that might be the most ruthless burn yet. Now, guys, the other shocking thing that we need to note is that she didn't just win that competition. She has consistently been winning in Australia for the last 5 to 10 years since she first became interested in breaking and cultural movement. Like, how? How? Is there no one else? Is everyone in Australia just absolutely terrible at breakdancing? I have no idea. Like, is she somehow winning just because she's some, like, prolific breakdancing thinker in Australia and that gets her street cred? Is the university buying people off? Is it because she's kind of become, like, this Australian celebrity? Like, there's videos done about her, little mini docs that have been released in Australia about her dancing. I do not understand how we got here outside of Australia. That street cred, if it exists, did not last. Not in the slightest. You guys have seen the response on Twitter, the memes, the jokes. Well, breakdancers everywhere are seriously mad at her because she has now ruined their opportunity to do breakdancing in the LA 28 Olympics. And then, much to her woke academic dismay, I'm sure, people are also calling her racist, which is the least surprising thing of the century. Somebody said, it took me a while to figure out my position on Rachel Gunn's performance. I think that's because I'm white and I'm a feminist, but this was white feminism. We need womanism. This performance was racism. A white woman made hip-hop a laughingstock on the world stage. Now, I don't really agree with that because any person, no matter your race, can break dance and do it well. Rachel Gunn is just not one of them. But it's not because of the color of her skin. I think that she just, maybe lacks talent and nobody has ever told her no. Now, this was my favorite tweet, though. This guy said, Rachel Gunn took a black job. Damn it, Trump was right. Gotta protect those jobs from the culturally appropriating PhD white women, guys. The whole story is just flat out hysterical, and every day it seems to get better with a new twist and turn and realization about her past and what she advocates for, the papers that she's written. But the last thing that I need to say is that anyone who continues to enable this woman and tell her that she's talented and takes her cultural movement study seriously, should just stop and really consider how they are further empowering the liberal white woman and superficial academia, because that is what this is, and we certainly do not need any more of that. Somebody tweeted and said, "You can't heap all the blame on her. A sane system would have laughed her off the stage years ago. She is a symptom of a much greater problem," which is so spot on, and it all starts with academia. I have no personal beef with Ray Gunn. Like, she and the memes genuinely made my weekend better. I was laughing for 2 days straight, but please, somebody stop funding her research.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting video from Brett Cooper, and I do not blame Rachel for all of this. I blame the Australian government, because you can't tell me that this is what it has gotten to. This is it for Australia. I didn't know qualifying dancers in Australia than this woman, because what she is doing there is disgraceful. She didn't do anything. I don't know how that kind of dance can be said to be a breakdancing. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. I really had fun reacting to this video, and I believe you guys also enjoyed watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.